Hi everybody, it's Marcy and I'm here with a quick flip through of my flea market journal that I made for Dear Julie Julie's January Just Junk Journal Challenge 2021. So this needed to be a hardcover journal and I used, it was a box, a food box. I'm pretty sure. It may have been a box from my medical supplies. I can't remember. It was either a food box or a box from my medical supplies. Honestly, right now, I can't even remember. So hardcover journal. I had tea-dyed. I had a white paper bag that had something, I'm sure, food-related in it. So I tea-dyed that, and that's what I've got the box covered with. Then I used magazine image on top of just a little bit of wallpaper stitched around that. Here I've got more of the tea-dyed bag with more magazine words on top of it. On the back here I've got some of my fabric which came from an old shirt of my husband's. And these little flowers were cut out from my linen tablecloth. My journal has a 2-inch spine, and this is the tassel that I made using the linen and the shirt and charms from an old necklace. And I used twist tie to put it on. And my closure are handles off of a gift bag. And the gift bag I used on the inside cover. So here I just made a pocket. I did some doodling with my black pen. Got on some book page, magazine cutout. And here I've got my matchbook tag that I had made with just some random string and just some little calendar page papers in it for writing. The vast majority of this journal was made using my flea market magazine and book pages. So here I've just made a little fabric tuck using shirt and tablecloth and magazine pages, and I just did some messy hand stitching on it just for fun. And we've got some play money and a note paper just tucked inside that. I will also say this journal does still need some work, but I'm going to need to redo it a little bit. It's already getting pretty chunky. Here I made a little side tuck with a tag that was made as part of mini challenge and the challenge number 1. Here I used some newspaper comic and puzzle to just give this coffee dyed paper a little bit of decorative border, just kind of collaged that on there. And here's my flip-flop where I did some coffee painting and used linen flowers, made a fabric or a paper ruffle using magazine pages, and inside we've got this is actually a brown grocery sack that paper is made from. This page was made from an envelope, a large mailing envelope. There we've got a coloring book page, some note paper. This backing is from paper packaging that I just ironed out as best I could. And my pages where I've got my magazine, where I've used full parts of the magazine, I have stitched around using a variety of stitches. Here we've got a fabric pocket, And inside the fabric pocket, we have our wallet style insert with a little tag there, little tag there. Open it up and we've got a little corner tuck there with another tag. Lots of writing space here, and over on this side we've got a little top tuck with a postage stamp and just a little card there. Here I've got one side of my double tuck that I made using an envelope, used a little bit of a Yahtzee score pad here, another paper ruffle, piece of linen, postage stamp, and on the little cards I had used more chipboard from rice boxes, I don't even remember what all, cracker boxes, whatever food boxes I had on hand, and I had collaged, basically made sort of a collage masterboard using magazine page. And then here I've got some cars from a book. These are Avon aftershave. I don't know if you'll remember those, but that's what that's from. Stitched around it, drew a little frame around it, and that's that. This is another one of those cards. Same kind of thing. I did use a little bit of my leftover digital behind this one, leftover from Mini Challenge and the Challenge 1. And this is the Avon Victorian fashion figurines that had cologne in them. I love those. I was trying to pick things that I thought you might find at a flea market. Here's the other side of the envelope. Got some book page with coffee dyeing on it, stamp, little piece of my fabric that I made some little French knots in, and then this image from the magazine that I sewed on. Got variety book page and leftover paper sack stuff, packaging there. And here a card again using the collage masterboard that I had used. All the cutoffs from the magazine pages and stuff is what I had used on the collage masterboard. Put a little book page behind it. Here we've got some of the Avon Cape Cod collection. And I just used a piece of my linen to give it a little pull tab. Come on, get back in there. There we go. Okay. Moving on. Here I just made a pocket using part of the magazine page, put in a playing card that I backed with some paper so it could be written on, and another little note paper there. And more paper here. Here we've got our belly band that I used, again, trying to use up the remnants of the paper bag that I used for the cover and the large grocery bag that I cut up for this, trying to use some of that up. So got some of that here with some magazine image on top of it. Then some of my fabric. Again, I did little French knots on here, tacked the buttons on, and a couple of my linen flowers. And we've got this card here. We're getting into some pottery now, McCoy pottery. So I made 2 little cards for that. Here we've got paper bag. I don't have anything in it, but we've got the paper bag there. This I've just got clipped on. I didn't even decorate the paper clip. These were clips I used for my binding. And we've got our bank envelope that I made using a book page. And I put a magazine here, did some coffee painting. Let me pull these out. Put a little wallpaper down here with linen flower and magazine accessorize. And we have this little tag, and this one features silverware. I'm telling you, I was trying to think of anything you might find at a flea market. So 3 little inserts for the bank envelope featuring silverware. And all of these come from books. The images, I mean. That. Here, this pocket was made for mini challenge in the challenge. And I just put it in as a little tuck with another little playing card that can be written on and a clue score sheet just for a little bit of fun. Here's the other side of the paper bag, and inside it I used some book pages from a Peanuts book and made this little notebook. I did a little doodling there with my black pen. So you've got some writing space there with a comic here, writing space here, the Peanuts comic here, and some writing space here. So just a little something to tuck in there. Here I've got my waterfall page, and again, coffee dyed painting on brown paper bag, and each of the waterfalls is a pocket. This pocket has this little tab made of wallpaper and some little note papers. Flip that up, and on this one, in this pocket, you've got a magazine page, some fabric, a postage stamp, drew around, frame around the wording, stitched around it, and again the wallpaper tab. And then that's the bottom that rests on the page. And here I've got another pocket with the journal, playing card that I covered the one side to make it journaling card. Another little note paper for writing on. This graph paper has lined paper on the other side, so it always confuses me. I always think it's 2 sheets of paper. And again, I used comic strip around the border of that from the newspaper. Just some random pages, book pages. Here I've got my fabric flip. I wake up feeling so blessed to do something I truly love. I've got my, this was off the shirt for my husband, or the sleeve of my husband's shirt. So I put down some wallpaper there, wallpaper tab, just a little backing paper. I think that was from an envelope that I'd tea-dyed, did a little drawing on it. This is from the linen, and then a cutout from the linen there. Flip that up, and you've got some nice hidden writing space. Over here, I've got another little side tuck with another one of the tags made in the mini challenge. Here I've got my envelope ensemble held on with a paper clip. So I'm going to pull that off the page. It sits on there like that, so you've got it on both sides. Pull that off, and here we've got a tag with an old hurricane lamp. This says, "Every kindness has a part in bringing joy to someone's heart." That was from a greeting card. And this little tag, I don't know if many of you will remember these, but the old craft jars that you could turn into little juice jars. My grandmother and aunt had a gazillion of those. So when I saw that, I just kind of fond memories. And here for the window, I just collaged around it using my magazine page. Got a little bit of our linen there, magazine there, paper bag there, fabric, the greeting card that I told you about. Then we open it this way, and you've got lots of writing space. And on this side, we've got the opening. I forgot to put anything in here, but you have an opening right there. And then a pocket here again. I've just got a little card tucked in it, magazine page. This is from a calendar, refined to rustic, a postage stamp, linen, and a little bit of book page. And that just clips right over that page. The last of the comic strip and puzzle collaging. Here I've got a top tuck where I used paper bag, a little bit of magazine in the background, flower from my linen piece stitched around it, and this was from my calendar, "Home is where the heart is." And inside we have a couple of journaling cards, and these feature pieces of art that you might also find at a flea market. And this is actually a double top tuck. It has two separate openings there. So more of that, more of that. And then in my last pocket, I've got another card that was made for the mini challenge in the challenge on a flash card. And that is the end of my journal. So I hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun participating in this challenge. Look forward to seeing what February's challenge brings. And until next time, everyone, please be safe, stay healthy, happy crafting, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.